What's going on, everyone? Dem Boys back at it. Hope y'all are enjoying your Madden holiday. I love it, man. One of my favorite weeks of the year. So far, my reviews for the game are much, much better than last year. I think it's going to be a much more exciting game. I know it is. It's going to be a much more exciting game than last year. While you can still run, it's more pass to set up the run as opposed to just run every play, because just run every play. And blitz, right? It's another thing. They've definitely tried to legislate blitzes right out of this game. All right, so it's a mesh up ultimately of the last 2 years of Madden combined into one game. That's really what we've got here, guys. So for example, what I mean by that, or one great example, the change of direction on the defenders, we all know it feels like they're stuck in mud a little bit more. Well, go back to 2 years ago. That's how it felt. But you could jump higher, right? So you could cover more depth, but maybe the side-to-side change of direction wasn't there. And that's kind of what we've got this year. It's not quite as wild as it was 2 years ago. But for example, you know, I was covering a drag, and the guy had a tight end on a dig. He threw to the tight end. I was under the drag and was able to jump up and pick that off with a 6'1" defender. All right. So note that is important to understand this year. Also, because if you get right up on him, you're going to get an illegal contact or a pass interference. So stay underneath the guy you're covering. Rule of thumb. Under coverage does not follow a playmaker up the sideline as well. So if you have a drag or something like that, and the play breaks down, you roll out and you playmaker him back, your purple cloud, whatever is there, just does not do a good job of following them too far back. So that is absolutely deadly this year, being able to playmaker them up. And you might say, well, what if they have the depth change? Well, if they have the depth change, then just throw it to them, right? What I've noticed is this year, if you have a drag, when they stop, they'll turn around and run another direction a bit faster, and they typically do a better job than they did last year. Last year, they would just stand there forever. You'd be like, okay, well, now they're not moving. The second you throw it, then they run to the defender, and it's like, okay, well, why would you have run that direction anyways? What the are you doing? They seem to have kind of fixed that finally. So keep that in mind. That's been a fairly big part of my offense. Every time a play breaks down, since there's not as much pass rush, you have more time. That becomes a very useful little technique. Click on is king, click on is king, click on is king. What I can say is if you're in a two-man catch situation and the defender clicks on, the defender wins. Doesn't even matter. I mean, I've had plenty of times where it looks like the ball goes through my receiver down here. It doesn't really matter, all right? I think because they want people to play on the down line, or they feel that more people will play on the down line a bit, that they're going to be then clicking on to make plays, so they want to make that a 1-2 punch in essence. Those two things are tied together. So I've always preached the importance of click on, but this year there's two different versions of Madden. When you're playing against someone who doesn't click on and when you're playing against someone who does. All right, you will find out quickly what plays actually work when you play someone who clicks on. Note that. Spread glitches are nuked. I've tried the fade glitch. Doesn't work the same. I've tried the comeback glitch. Works great until you play someone who clicks on, and then they click on with that corner, and that's called 6 the other way. So that's really like all those little spread glitches that we've run. That stuff is toast. As far as defense, what I've found so far, dime normal has been fire. Fire. I'm probably like 10-2 in my last 12 games running dime, and the 2 losses, I promise you those people had already spent around $1,000. They had the best player at every position through their entire roster already. That can be tough. I'm rocking an 81 overall team, a low 81 overall team. So anyways, guys, you've seen the little glitch thing here for Xbox. You've seen my suggestion. Maybe check out GutFox or someone. You can just search it. I don't have PlayStation, so personally, I can't say for sure what works or doesn't work. I've done this on Xbox, so I speak to it. Beyond that, I will link to GutFox. He had a video on how to do on both. He seems to be a pretty trustworthy guy in the Madden community. Beyond that, like, comment, subscribe, and head over to Patreon. Y'all, they knew about this last night over at Patreon, all right? All of this stuff, everything I think I've told you, they knew about last night. So, them boys, love your goal. Peace.